have spent the last 2 nights staying at this mountain resort in Washington State, charging up our Tesla so that we can go on camper mode up at my family cabin. We're gonna stay as a family of 5 inside of a Model 3 tonight, and we're gonna take you guys along for the ride. Let's go. Just 2 days earlier, we started the trip at my in-laws' home in the suburbs of Seattle. You might remember they have Tesla Solar, a couple of Powerwalls, and the 100,000th Tesla Model 3 ever built. This is my mother-in-law's Model 3. You may remember it's been 100,000. She's actually going to be selling this soon though and upgrading to one of the new Model S's. You can see the Powerwalls that she has behind us that we've done a video about. We are all jealous about those, including myself. For the trip, we borrowed their Model 3, packed in our 1-year-old, 6-year-old, and 9-year-old, plus every inch of the Model 3's 15 cubic feet of space, with a suitcase, stroller, crib, 2 scooters, and even a mattress topper, which seemed to compress down nicely into the front trunk. Except this happened. We just realized we shoved the trunk so full that we can't open it. So you can see right now that part of it where it unlatches to actually be able to open is stuck. And we put our mattress in here that we're gonna be sleeping on when we go camping inside of here, which I think is the problem. Turns out once the mattress decompressed a bit, it put enough pressure on the latch where it wouldn't release the front trunk. So we drove to the nearest Tesla service center and waited and decided to fiddle with the front trunk a bit more, and it finally released. So I just did it myself, and here is what I just did. And of course we're still waiting on the mechanics here at Tesla service center, but while I was down here fiddling with it, I heard it going so it was trying to unlatch or possibly latch again as it does. Now I'm wondering if we need to repack and maybe move this giant foam mattress that we plan on sleeping on to somewhere else in the car. After rearranging things a bit, we were on our way to the mountains. The log cabin high in the Cascades has been in my family for over 60 years. First with my mom here with her family in the 60s, me with my parents in the 80s, and now with my own family. So this is Lakin's first time to our cabin. My mom is here, my cousin's coming up who I haven't seen for a few years. Alright guys, this is the kind of trip where today's sponsor, Trade Coffee, is absolutely clutch. We've been using Trade for a little while now, and if you love coffee as much as I do, you really should check them out. They connect you with the best coffee from the top local roasters, and this is the good stuff that you can't find in the stores. Trade matches you to your own personal selection of coffee and ships it at peak freshness. I also love how it supports small local roasters, and the quality is way better. Plus, they use compostable packaging to ship all of their coffees in as well. So here's how it works. You take a 30-second quiz and answer how you like your coffee, and Trade actually curates and matches it just for you. You just choose your delivery frequency and it appears at your doorsteps, delivered at peak freshness so you never run out. Support local roasters and make your next cup of coffee more exciting. Alright guys, let's get back into it. And my mom took her Model 3, so we have 2 Model 3s up here. The cabin is so cool. It's completely off the grid. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of a house tour so you can see what we're talking about when I say off the grid.
Look at the bathroom.
Should we call it the outhouse because we have no plumbing here. You actually, if you want to use water, you have to go down to the river. I will not take you guys in there, but you get the idea. I'm gonna have my mom show you some of the stuff we have here to make this place run.
This is our little solar collector on the side of the woodshed. As you can see, it doesn't even get all that much sun, but it works well enough to give a trickle charge to the generator battery that's right inside.
But we actually have our old root cellar in there where you can put stuff to keep it cold. Nowadays people don't really use root cellars, but it used to be really popular probably like 100 years ago.
People do use them that live up in the mountains.
Yeah, if you live up in the mountains, it's basically an underground cellar where it stays cool enough to keep stuff cold. If you do come up in the winter time, we have fresh firewood to stay warm. We literally have a bowl. If you have to go pee in the middle of the night, you can go in the bowl.
It's called a thunder mug.
Yes, we call it the thunder mug, and you can probably figure out why. We have an old Wedgwood stove, which is probably like an antique at this point. It's run by propane. You have to light a match, turn it on if you want to cook. There is a little sink area. Like I said, we have to actually go pump water from the river if we want to use that sink. Again, my mom got this cabin when she was probably my kid's age, so I have memories coming up here as a baby when I was her age. So it's really fun to be able to come up here and bring my own kids up here now.
How about an F word for frog starts with F?
Mom, you can't name him the F word.
Frank?
Hey, you see mine?
Picking huckleberries, wild huckleberries. We're gonna get our car ready to sleep in it tonight. So here we go. It looks like I'm putting my baby in the trunk, but I promise you I'll meet her on the other side. We're just gonna fold the seats flat on this side. There we go. Everything is flat. The air conditioning already feels really nice. It's super hot inside the cabin. This is the mattress that we brought. We already had it, so it works. Since the Model S launched in 2012, Tesla owners began taking note of its large cargo space and the ability to lay a mattress flat with the seats folded down. In fact, our friend Steve Sassman made international news around this time with what he called the world's fastest hotel.
It is the first and fastest hotel in the world.
You heard him right. Steve gets such a big reaction just driving this car around.
So the car is the only place with air conditioning, and now I can't get them out, pretty much. They all want to hang out in here. My cousin just showed up with her kids. I'm trying to be like, let's go down to the river, let's go play, and everyone just wants to hang out inside of the Tesla. Although the Model 3 is the smallest Tesla in production, it still manages to somewhat comfortably fit an adult and two small kids for a night of sleep. Well, it's about 8:30 p.m. We have both Teslas set up to go to bed in, and I'm gonna attempt to put her down to sleep. Fingers crossed this works. It's such a weird perspective and feeling crawling into your own trunk. And in late 2019, Tesla announced Camp Mode, which maintains the interior temperature, lighting, plus the ability to play music and power devices as well, all with a giant panoramic glass with big sky views. Good night. In the adjacent Model 3, my husband had the boys. They propped an iPad on the back glass with a downloaded movie and passed out. By sunrise, the screen had transitioned to a campfire animation with the interior temperature staying at a comfortable 72 degrees the entire night. Well, good morning from outside of our Teslas. So I have to be 100% honest, we did not make it the whole night inside of the Model 3. She could not fall asleep. I ended up bringing her inside and putting her in the pack and play and sleeping in a bed in there. But with that, oh yes, you slept so much better. With that said though, the boys did all sleep inside of the Model 3 together. But they did lose about 6 miles per hour of range. So that ended up being about 60 miles of range loss, which I think is important to know because if you're out there camping for a few nights, you need to be able to factor that into your drive home or where your next supercharger is. Now, the car will automatically turn off camper mode if you drop below 20%. But overall, they said it was a really nice, comfortable night. They were able to see all the stars. They even propped up the iPad in the car and watched a movie before they went to bed. We're out here where there's no reception, so they weren't able to use the car to watch a movie, but we had something downloaded to the iPad. Definitely, they all said they would do it again and had a really good experience overall. I think we all were able to sleep a little bit better, and when she gets a little bit older, we will definitely try it again. Thanks again to Trade for sponsoring this video. Get your first bag of coffee for free. That includes free shipping when you sign up. Take the quiz linked in the description below, and thanks for supporting this channel.